Switzerland is hosting a summit that starts today. It will aim to build broad international support for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's peace proposals, and that include the full withdrawal of Russian troops from Ukraine. But Moscow has not been invited. The summit is taking place at the Alpine Resort near Lucerne which is intended to create a framework for a lasting peace. Russia has dismissed the initiative as a waste of time, while the Swiss insist that Russia must be involved at some point and will hope that it will join the process one day. The non-attendees also include China, which has moved closer to Russia since its invasion of Ukraine. China, along with Brazil, is pushing a separate peace plan for Ukraine that calls for the participation of both warring parties. Moscow has voiced its support for Beijing's efforts to end the conflict. Meanwhile, Zelensky is hoping to put Ukraine's plight firmly back in the diplomatic spotlight after months of heavy global focus on the Gaza war. The conference, underpinned by elements of a 10-point peace formula presented by Zelensky in late 2022, is seen as a largely symbolic effort on the part of Kyiv to rally the international community and project strength against Russian might. But the question looming over the summit will be how the two countries can eventually end the war without Moscow attending. The conflict has also led to international sanctions against nuclear-armed Russia and raised tensions between NATO and Moscow. The summit comes as Russian forces have been making modest territorial gains in eastern and northeastern Ukraine. Now let's see who all have been invited and who all are coming. Swiss officials sent out around 160 invitations. About 90 delegations will attend. Roughly half will be from Europe. Although Zelensky led a diplomatic push in Asia and beyond to rally participation, sources said that a senior diplomat may represent India at the summit. Several dozen attendees will be heads of state or government, including from France, Poland, Japan, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Canada. The major no-shows include U.S. President Joe Biden, who was wrapping up a visit to Italy on Friday for a Group of 7 summit. He opted to dispatch Vice President Kamala Harris and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan for the summit.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I know you're hearing a lot about something called supply chains.